we're down in the basement in the Lewis room of the Salvation Army complex. I love that term. We've got Captain Lori Riley with us today, and she and her husband are, of course, the people who are running. At least they think, we perceive that, but there's so many other people that make things happen. So, Lori, it's been a year since we had you on the show. How are things going in that year?
Well, it's just wonderful. We're really enjoying Moose Jaw. We love the prairies.
Well, we had such a nice winter for you. You got spoiled. I'm sure this year's already given you a bit more snow than before.
Yes, we were first stationed in Tisdale, so we know what it is like to have lots of snow and bitter cold. So we were very happy with last year's winter.
We gentled you into it. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, the Salvation Army, the reason I like to have people from the complex and here on the show is that there's so many things that happen that the Salvation Army is involved with. And some of the things are giving to people and some of the things are getting people to help you. Mm-hmm. So today we're going to talk about all those things. Let's start off with, right now you're in the process of dealing with interviews. Right. For Hampers and stuff.
Yes, that's correct. We're going to be doing it for 3 weeks. We've just finished 2, and next week is our last week to November 30th. And it is 9 a.m. till 11:30 a.m. Monday to Friday. And people can come in and register for a Christmas hamper or a food voucher or to be adopted out with our Adopt a Family program.
Those are 3 different ways of dealing with things. Do they have to make an appointment to come and have their interview?
No, they just come down to the office and take a number. And then I interview them, and I haven't refused anybody yet. So everybody who's coming down seems to be really needing it. And we've had about a dozen new people so far in just 2 weeks.
And how many do you have at the end of the day? How many will you probably accept?
Probably I can do about 25 to 30 people, or 25 to 30 families a day. So times 7 days, or 5 days times 3 weeks. So it adds up quickly.
Wow. So yeah, there's a lot of families that just need that extra little bit of help at this time of year. They can function along, but it's nice to have something special at Christmas, and the Salvation Army goes a long ways to providing that for them. And of course, the hampers are good food vouchers. How does that one work? I don't remember that too much about it.
Food vouchers are given to single people, and this year we're having a party kind of atmosphere for them to come down here in this room and pick up their food vouchers, and then they can go to the grocery stores and get what they want for their Christmas dinner.
Okay, and of course the family ones get hampers that are great. And I've talked to friends of mine who are in the process of loading and helping create them, and that's a huge amount of hampers that you guys create in a year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, last year we did about 180 hampers ourselves at the sorting center. We adopted out about 155, and we, I think, loaded about 1,702 toys. So, but that's the fun part.
Yeah, for sure. And you talked about the families getting together and getting a package together. They get food, but you've got all these children to deal with. I know the toy run was a huge success this year, wasn't it?
Oh, it was, absolutely. I guess there was over 300 motorcycles, and yeah, we had our emergency response vehicle there as well. And yes, they start off our Christmas collection, and they're stored at the sorting center, and we're just about ready to bring them down and to get packing the toy hampers.
And that's you say that's one of those pleasant things too. You get to it's all smile. Oh, I wish I was this kid. Mm-hmm. The things that people provide for them. But of course, we talked about things that we're giving out, but also you can use some help with things. Now, of course, you can use help loading the hampers and that kind of process, but the kettles are the big thing. Of course, kettles in Salvation Army at this time of year seem to, it's like, turkey and cranberries.
Yes, actually the song Silver Bells is written about the Salvation Army with their silver bells ringing. Okay. So yes, it is, Hearing the band at Christmas time is heralds in Christmas. We indeed will be starting our Kettles December 1st, and our new mayor, is kicking them off at the co-op at 10 o'clock Saturday, December 1st. And we definitely need volunteers, especially from December 1st to the 10th. And pretty much in all of the stands that we have around town. As far as hamper helpers go, I think we have that all in place.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
And but it's really where we need the most help is on the kettles.
Now, and so let's kind of go through the qualifications of what you have to be able to do to sit on the kettles. You have to be able to sit there, smile at people, chat if you want to, and stay awake.
Pretty much so. You are allowed to say Merry Christmas, and in some areas, check with the management though, you might be able to ring bells. So it's just up to the management. I mean, it can get annoying after a while, but yes, yeah. And we like to have them 16 and over if possible, and you could stand with a friend, and that makes it go faster as well. And we do have chairs.
Okay, and where are they located? I know, of course, the Town and Country Mall, but there's other places in the community that...
Yes, I hope I remember them all. We have one at the liquor store, one at Giant Tiger, Co-op, and then Zellers and Sears, Superstore, Walmart, and Sobeys.
So that's a lot of different places where people can go and make a donation. And of course, the money from those goes into payment for hampers, and what else?
Yes, it goes into the community family bank account, and it goes for Christmas hampers and toys, and also too it goes for food for people coming in who need assistance all year round.
Okay, so and we were talking about some of the things, and you told me about this. This is a year-long thing, but there's a house in Mouchard that your son, one of your sons, is employed at, and it was quite a fascinating story behind that. Of course, you're now a grandma.
Oh yes. Yes, it's a little girl. She's a little girl, and coming from a mother with 4 boys, I am so excited.
So tell us a bit about the Hope is in the title, I'm sorry.
Hope Inn. It's a youth stabilization home, and what it is a house. We have 4 beds, and people who come, or kids, well, not kids, I shouldn't say that. People, young adults from 35 and under can come after they have either been through detox, or if they have a mental health problem, or some sort of an addiction. As long as they're stable, they can come and stay at the Hope Inn. And what this is a stable, safe, encouraging family atmosphere that they can start planning their future when they're on their own, and they can make their counselor's appointments, find a job, go to school, but they all come home to this safe home. And so it's really a really good program.
And they can stay there for up to a year.
Yes, they can. Yeah, they can stay there for up to a year, and we've had about, I would say, maybe 8 people who've completed the course and become very successful. So that's fairly high when it comes to addictions.
Yeah, and stability is a key to helping that. So, and the key, of course, at Christmas time is the Salvation Army doing all the wonderful things that they do. And we've talked about Kettles, we've talked about donations to families through toys and hampers. Anything else that happens that I haven't touched on with you? You've got your cheat notes there.
I know.
Better than I have.
We also deliver 950, we call sunshine bags, and they're like goodie bags for seniors. There's Kleenex, there's pens, toothbrush, comb, brush. Some of them get cheesies, and it's just a nice little thank you. Usually the band goes around to all the places, and we have a youth sort of worship team, and they come and sing, and we give them out, and that takes up a little while.
Yeah, for sure. So those are all good things that happen here. You know, we touched on all the important things.
Well, I would just like to give a number out.
Yes,
If you
please
can call we have a new kettle coordinator, Mr. Dave Foley, and he is doing an absolute wonderful job. You can contact him at the Community Family Services Office at 692-5899, or you can contact him on his, I call it his Christmas cell, 631-7197. Or if you like to email us, we have an email site, all lowercase, kettles2012@shaw.ca.
I'd like to hear that Shaw in there. Well, that's great. Well, I want to thank you, Laurie, for getting us caught up on your family and also on the wonderful things that the Army does this time of year. It seems that I was talking to somebody before I came today, and they say, yeah, well, the Salvation Army is really good at doing Christmas things. And, you know, and they have a lot of positive comments in the community about that. And so I want to say thank you on behalf of people who maybe don't do it as often as they should for the good work that the Salvation Army does.
Well, thank you very much. And the reason behind it is Jesus is the reason for the season, and we are called to help our fellow man, heart to God, hand to man.
Wow, reason for the season. I like it. So we're wrapping up here, and I want to thank Laurie for being here, and we'll see you soon.